What's going on, everybody? It's Nails over here on Power 107.5 social media, host of the Midday Kickback, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I got a great opportunity to have conversations with business owners and owners of organizations that help the community right here in the 614. Today, I have the opportunity to talk to Jamie Sager and Cheryl Elkins, who represent a great organization that helps put things forward here in the 614 called Families Flourish. It's a great program that helps us out in Columbus. And I want to welcome you ladies to our social media right now. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So let's get right into it. Jamie, this first question is for you. What is Families Flourish program and how does it work?
Sure. So the mission of Families Flourish is to create opportunities and choice for families. And we do this in a couple of ways. So we do this by supporting families holistically during a 3-year program. There are sort of 3 main pieces of our program. The first is access to safe, good housing. So we work with partnering landlords, and our families are able to move into these communities and receive $500 a month in partial rent support. And then most of our families come in with the goals around things like budgeting and career advancement. So we have monthly education programs that cover these topics, as well as other things like self-care and parenting. And then the last piece is each of our families is paired with a coach, and the coach works with the family individually to support them in achieving their goals.
That's super dope. Hey, Cheryl, how does people like apply for it and they find out about the program or be able to be a member of it or anything?
A very big part of it will be a lot of word of mouth, to be honest with you. Anybody you know who may need help or may need assistance, because if you know about this program, please pass that information on. Another thing is, if you need help, don't ever be afraid to ask for it, because we all know out there closed mouths don't get fed. And if nobody knows that you're hurting or you need help or you need something for your family, how are you supposed to build that village and do that? So you really want to make sure you get the word of mouth, whether you're on the receiving end or whether you actually need to receive the help. And it is very beneficial, I believe, to do so.
Cheralyn, you nailed it. We have a lot of people that's in our culture and in society, especially today when so much on social media, everybody posts like the positive things that's happening in their lives, right? If we believe social media, everybody's rich, nobody has problems in their lives, but we know that's the furthest from the truth. We're all human. We all have those trials and tribulations that comes with life. And some people are too prideful to admit, I need help, or I need to talk to someone. So you watching right now, scrolling down your timeline, your social media, if you know someone that's struggling, that needs some help financially, or they could have, need a little bit of help and financial assistance for rent, or need somewhere to lay their head, or they have a family that they need to get in a house somewhere, tell them about Families Flourish, because this organization right here is here for people like that. Now, what's the criteria for families to get help with Families Flourish?
Sure. So we're looking for families with up to 4 people. That's because we mostly work with 2-bedroom apartments. Basically, we have some income requirements. Families need to make between $30,000 and $56,000 annually. That's based on household income size. All kids have to be age 13 and under, but we accept any family type. So single moms, single dads, couples, as long as they meet those eligibility requirements. And then I think the most important piece is that we want families that are motivated and want to engage in learning and growing in our monthly programs and the coaching, as well as the rent support.
And what's the process for people to apply? Is there a website? Is there an app? Or, I know we mentioned word of mouth. Obviously, that's why people can find out about it. But what's the first step that people who's scrolling down right now and they see, I need help, or I know so-and-so that needs help? What's the first step they need to do?
Sure. So we have an online application. If you go to familiesflourish.org, there's an apply button on there. You put in an application, and then we'll be in touch with you. We'll do the basics, like check your income, that type of thing. And then after that, if you meet those requirements, we'll ask you to join us for an interview. And that's really so not only that we can see if you're a good fit for our program, but we want to make sure that we're a good fit for you too, right? So that's kind of the first couple of steps in getting in the program.
Can you tell us like some experiences of or what do you call them, testimonies of anyone who's actually taken part of the program and a success story? Right there, Cheralyn, go ahead, tell us, girl.
I am actually a graduate of the pilot program. I was one of the first cohorts of families that Families Flourish brought in. I've gone through the application process. I've gone through the whole entire program from beginning to end. And what you do is you actually grow. And this is one thing that I like to say and want people to understand about it is that you apply. Remember why you apply. You're applying because there's a change that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You notice something is off, so you need to change that. So what happens is you're never going to be able to prepare for exactly what will change because we can't predict the future, right? But just be prepared for a change. That's a very important thing. And in my experience, it's changed for the positive. So where I started out needing help, being in a not so great neighborhood at the time, the neighborhood I grew up in was just not where it was, in the same place where it was by the time I had a child and was raising my child. And so I knew I had to get out of there. So then first step in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, now I'm out of here. I got what I wanted, I'm in this different space. Well, now that I'm in this different space, how do I learn how to maneuver in my new space? It's something that's simple that we don't think about. We know we want to get out, but what happens once you get out? I got to figure out how to meet my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got to talk to my neighbors. I got to build that sense of community. I have to be able to feel safe in my community, not just because there aren't gunshots anymore, but I have to feel safe and comfortable and confident and stable so that my daughter can be able to maneuver freely and fluidly through that community and learn that it's okay to know your neighbors. You're supposed to know your neighbors. It's a safety thing. Then we learn financial stability and the importance of it. And what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in the future? Get your wheels spinning, get your wheels turning. Through the coaching, you learn all this stuff. Through our monthly meetings, you learn all these things like, okay, do I want to be a renter? Do I want to be a homeowner? What are the steps do I take? What steps do I take to get there? And so they help you with that. And the cool thing is nobody's giving you anything. You have to work to do, you have to put the work in. So this ain't free. This isn't a handout. This isn't, here, we'll just give you rental assistance and, this isn't that. You have to be able to do it. Because the whole point is at the end of the program, you'll be able to stand on your own 2 feet. And I am proud to say today, that's exactly what I'm doing. Being able to sustain market rent on my own without any rental supplement, and that's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong, like I said before, with getting help. But when you realize that, guess what? I got help and I don't need it anymore. You look up one day and you're like, I'm standing on my own 2 feet. My daughter has straight A's right now. She's taking honors. They haven't even started school scheduling. She's already getting ready to sign up for honors classes for next year. Her teachers recommended that. That's something that I couldn't even have fathomed when I was, where I started. And at the end of that 3 years, I was able to do what I can do now. And I'm in Hilliard now. Enjoying my time. My daughter's having fun. She did Girls in the Run, ran her first 5K.
What?
Year before last. She's only 12, you know what I mean? So the sky's the limit, and I'm excited. Honors classes, running 5K. She's in choir. I'm living it right now. So that's, like I said, this is one testimony, and there are several others that came out of the program with me and who are still in the program now. And I'm just proud of them. I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud of my daughter. And I'm actually happy to see Families Flourish help families flourish. So, yeah.
It's super dope to hear that. And I know that sense of pride where my niece just told me about, I went to an HBCU, it was founded by Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, and my niece did a project on Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune and passed it with flying colors. And I'm over here walking around, my chest out, beaming with joy. So I can imagine the feeling that you're feeling of knowing your daughter is being recommended to, skip grades and, other things that, exceeded your expectations as a parent. And it's dope to hear that success story come out of this program right here, Families Flourish. And again, anybody who's watching right now, if you'd like to apply for this program and be a success story just like Cheralyn, go to familiesflourish.org/apply and click that apply button and get into it. Any final words we need to say? Or I think we've already told everybody, like, listen, I don't think they need anything else to know the success that's coming out of this program, right?
Right. Right.
We're accepting applications now for a group of families that will move into their new homes in the spring. So now's the time to apply.
Again, and one more time. Again, the website is familiesflourish.org/apply. Go ahead and click the apply. Thank you so much, Jamie and Cheralyn, for taking some time for getting on with me in the middle of the day. And thank you guys for clicking right here on Power 107.5 social media.
Thank you.
Thanks.